This is Chilling.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the best of the good life. Today, it's gonna be, fireworks, and I'm not lying to you, because today we have an incredible guest. This gentleman started trading at the age of 19, and he has been doing this for 5 years. From then, he has grown from strength to strength to becoming one of the best, or even not the best Forex trader we have in this country. He goes by the names of Daniel, the other name Ahikyirize. I cannot really pronounce it so well, but he's gonna help me when we sit on set. I don't know why I really failed to mention his name. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the best of the good life, more than ever. My name is Drago. Now, I'm telling you, you don't have to move an inch or even to touch that remote control, because today you're going to learn everything you need to know about Forex trade. Because Forex Bulls Academy is the most successful academy, trading academy we have in this country. Let me go meet Daniel, and please, I know you're staying watching us, all right?
From humble beginnings come great things. Daniel, as a child, had an urge of adjusting his life and status from an average lifestyle to this much talked about young millionaire. Through self-learning and determination, he became one of the most successful Forex traders in this country.
When I started, I thought I would make my first million in probably the first 1 month of trading, but I was humbled. None of that happened. And at some point I felt like, should I quit? But I couldn't, because that was it, and I'd made up my mind, and trading is like, I'd made up my mind, I'm like, I'm only going to do trading, so there's no option.
How did he do it?
Price must change direction, and say if initially it was an uptrend, at some point it must later become a downtrend. So if say we had our levels here, at some point the price must finally break out of this. So it's very important that you understand.
Now, what could be a perfect picture when it comes to Forex trade? Ask yourself this question. The guest I have today on the show, since he was a child, he had this one thing in mind: shoot for the stars. And since then, he has been cooking to becoming one of the best, or not even the best, Forex trader we have in this country. Now, he has done that. He has conquered it all. He has been adored. They have talked about him. Bloggers have written about him. At times, I even feel this show is too small for him. He has now shifted and integrated to Kenya, where he feels like I think it's a much bigger pond for him to trade from. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the third time in a row, let's welcome the incredible Daniel
Ahikyirize.
Ahikyirize. Man, I've heard you for years and I can't still pronounce it.
The name is so complicated, right? So it's a great pleasure you having me here.
Yeah.
And for anyone watching, how is it all?
Oh man, look at you. I've noticed so much has changed about you.
Yeah, so it's
from
been
your physical appearance, you have cool hair.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
have
so
a
much.
tattoo somewhere here
Yeah.
that has very good inspirational words on you. Man, how have you been? How is the
Pretty
world treating
good.
you?
This is the third time now.
Yeah.
I think that's probably 2 years or 3 years now, and surely a lot has changed, and we thank the Lord for that.
Hey Daniel, so at Uganda, Sevu, it's now a small pond for you
So,
to trade from.
well,
what was your, man, why did you go to Kenya, and why did you feel like there was a need for you
moving to
spread
Kenya?
your wings further? Yeah.
I looked at it in much of a way, like, because I moved from Kasese to Kampala, right? And things got better here, and at some point I was getting too comfortable. And I think if you really want to seek much more growth, you want to push yourself even harder, step out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
If it's the environment, leave Kampala or leave Kasese for Kampala, right? Because now if you're leaving the village for town, now things are much better, things are much more difficult, but then you must now push more harder. And that's how we go to Nairobi, but still in Uganda.
How has it been? Like, how have you adopted to Nairobi? Like, I'm sure you must have found traders there.
Yeah.
Are you having this collaboration with them?
Yeah.
Are you talking with them?
Yeah.
Or you're having a rivalry of sorts?
No, not actually. So first things first, people in Kenya are actually the same as Ugandans, really. Like, there's just a bit of a difference, but it's too small. And then also about the trading industry, in Kenya, it's also trying to pick up, just like in Uganda.
Okay.
So is now trying to collaborate and create even more awareness. And I wouldn't be surprised. I know that Ugandan traders here who know Kenyan traders, because the space is too open, so anyone in Kenya can still collaborate here, or a Ugandan here can actually collaborate with someone in Kenya. So it's much open for anyone.
Yeah.
And that's how we are.
Yeah. And that's the global village we're living right now.
And that's the most interesting part about this space. It's a global village, meaning you could be in Uganda and you're working with someone in Kenya, you're working with someone in Tanzania, wherever anyways. It's,
okay.
Yeah, still running.
So Daniel, tell me, the adaptation, how are things done differently in Kenya than they are done here in Uganda? Like, for example, I know everything there is bigger.
Yeah. In some way.
The currency is bigger.
Yeah.
The people that are performing in Forex are much more than here. The exposure is also a bit more different.
Exactly.
So there's this shift change. How is it like?
So in Kenya, firstly, for the trading space, it's already regulated by the government. So people know that Forex trading is there. And it's a legitimate business, just like how you could run any other business. So it's regulated. So that has opened up even more space for more people to get in, because, I mean, it's regulated, the government is making money, obviously. At the end of the day, the country is developing and more people getting into the trading space, unlike here. So I would say we still have a bit of a long way to go. But again, that's why we are here, to create even more awareness, to open up people's eyes and say, look, trading is here. I've personally been doing this for about 5 years now.
Yeah.
And most interestingly is we have now also had other people, both young and old, seeing success. So I think in Uganda, we still have a bit of a long way to go to create as much more awareness as possible, doing free seminars, events, getting people to learn about this. Because we kind of still have that thing of, this is an online business. I mean, online businesses are scams. I guess you've heard about that.
I mean, don't blame them, Daniel. They have what they call Forex phobia.
Exactly.
I call it Forex phobia. People are scared of trading.
And that's right, because we are still in a space of I've also seen these things. People start up, online schemes and all that, collect people's money, and all of a sudden it closes off. Now, that creates the fear in people. When you tell someone, this is an online business and you can actually make money, and someone is going to be like, how possible? I mean, recently people lost money. So I'm personally trying to create that difference to show people that, look, because trading is a different business. This has been here for years. Yeah. People are exchanging money every time. And more to that, it's the biggest financial market and anyone can trade. So it's way too different from someone,
Dan,
yes, please.
Let's know this. Why hasn't the government regulated Forex trade?
Yeah,
and they're okay with foreign exchange.
Yeah.
But why is it that they are not embracing this Forex trade?
I think I would say still skeptical, but I think it's going to take a bit of time. And one of those days, they'll finally regulate it.
What can you do to
make the industry
them?
even much better.
What can you do to convince them?
I think it's the results.
Okay.
It's the results. So if you're getting the results, and even other people are getting results, then we are good. Because when I started, I would say it was only me. It was only me making the money. There could be other people, but they weren't public. So when I came and said, look, I do trading, I'm 20 years, and I've done this, and I've also helped, thousands of people, young people and old, and everyone is making money. Now it's taking shape. So I think it's going to take a bit of time, but I know at the end of the day, they're going to come in, and it helps the country develop because it's a business and it stands and it's there. Yeah. So at the end of the day, the government must profit or benefit from that. So
Ashake had your name behind this when he's creating the song of Lonely at the Top.
That's crazy.
That's a good one, huh? Dan, because you're constantly cooking. How does it feel to be lonely at the top? Like to be dubbed as the only best trade, the only best Forex trader we have in this country.
It's actually East Africa now.
You are still very young.
Yeah.
You're a CEO of Forex Bulls Academy.
Yeah.
You have a successful teaching company.
Yeah.
I mean, how does that make you feel? Do you wake up one day and pinch yourself?
Well...
Come on, be honest with me. This is chilling. Come on, Daniel.
No, I feel for the fact that I've actually worked so hard to reach all these heights, it's exciting, but there's again always more. That's the crazy part. So when I look at the transformation or my journey, to someone who could be watching me for the first time, well, I've come from a very young, broke, guy from Western Uganda, Kasese, an average background. At least I'm always happy to talk about this because at least I've been able to change the situation. So you can imagine coming down from an average background, know nothing, and come now with something new. I do trading. Trading? What's that? But you go ahead to prove people wrong, and it's in a span of about 3 or 4 years now. Now, I would just mention this on screen to just inspire or motivate people, because I've really done whatever I ever dreamt of, or even more. I don't know, buying the cars, traveling, doing all the good things for your family members, all the close people,
Then because
helping
we
other
have been
people
discussing
learn.
this before the camera as well, that it's very paramount for you to show off this.
Very true.
Because people need to see things done in fruition. You get what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Like they want to see the Porsche cars to
Yeah.
believe that, hey,
This
if Daniel
works
can
and-
afford a 60 million car,
Yeah.
that's a Mercedes Benz.
Yeah.
So can I. So let me
Exactly.
just get on board. So it's very, very paramount for you to do this. It's not only bragging. And besides, I love the fact that you've channeled all these challenges you had growing up into becoming these very successful people.
Yeah.
And you just don't brag about this. So the second time we did an interview with you, you told me this and I put on record.
Yeah.
You earn more than $1,000. That's in less than a week.
Yeah. Well, more than
And
that.
people were like, you're lying, you're kidding.
More than that.
I
More
mean,
than that now.
It's like 6 million more than a
More
week.
than that.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
So-
and now how much are you even doing? It must have
yeah.
multiplied.
It's more than even math. So I would say at the moment it's I know the figures are too big.
Yeah.
But look,
They're not even too scary for you to say on camera. They might come for you.
So I was going to say, how possible? So averagely, I would say on a day, I make up to 1,000 now. So that means in a week. Now let me tell you the backstory of it. So in a week, I could average even up to like 4 or 5K. Now, the most interesting part is, so on a losing day, so I was trading and I had a losing day, most enough I could take a loss of say $500 or anything, but depending. But averagely, at least it's from like 3K up to like 5K. It's about 10 million to like 15.
Bro,
now,
what have you got to say for the tax man if he's watching?
Exactly,
URA and all those people. Like, come on.
oh, by the way, I think it's a good space anyways. It's a good space. So,
No,
yeah.
like what have you got to tell them? Like, because now everyone is tuned in and they're so fascinated.
Yeah.
Whenever I have you on the show, we have an overwhelming feedback. And people, the numbers are staggering because people are so much interested in Forex.
So you asked about URA and whatever.
Yeah.
Now, I think I should be the right person to also talk about this because I've been doing the trading.
Please.
I think there's still a major issue with fintech and all things that have to do with technology here. So
that's mobile money, lending money online.
Yeah. So I think there's still much more of a problem. At some point, obviously, it's I think it holds people back because the government hasn't come out to say this, and this is how things should work, and this is how the government is taxing. Because at the end of the day, I think
that's the regulation part.
Yeah, everyone must pay taxes for the country to develop. But yeah.
So now you're paying taxes as an individual.
Yeah, I do pay
an
taxes.
individual
Even.
citizen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How do you improve your profits in Forex trading?
Yeah. So trading is again back to you as an individual, how you get to learn, how you try to become better. So for the fact that I've been trading for close to 4 or 5 years now, I still learn. Yeah, because foreign exchange markets keep changing, adopting, because the economies keep changing, the currencies keep changing. So you must be in a space to say, okay, this is changing, and this is how I must adopt or take a different route. So you keep learning, but then most importantly, if you want to make more, then you must have to come in with bigger capital. So if say someone wanted to make, say, 2 million a day, right? Now at that point, you might need to come in even bigger as compared to someone making 200K in a day. So it's you learning, becoming better, and then coming in with more capital.
Is it all worth it for somebody to invest in learning how to trade?
I would say learning.
That is the best. You're a CEO of Forex Bulls Academy.
Yeah.
Like, is it very important?
Yeah, very important. So learning, we actually have this code. So you must learn first so you can earn. So we take the L out and then you earn. So it's a skill set and it's a high income skill set. So you won't come out of the blue, because we saw Daniel and Daniel is making this much, I think I could also do it in my first month. No, you must get down to learn. It's just like any other skill set. Say, I don't know.
Learning how to drive.
Yeah, exactly. Say learning how to drive.
To get a learner's
permit. You must be good at it for you to be good at driving.
What is the process like, especially when you're teaching these people? What is the learning process like?
So we have actually been teaching people for close to 2 years, and typically we are going to introduce someone to trading. What's trading? Because you need to know the basics and whatever. Then, say in like the first 3 weeks or something, now we can now take you on a practice using a demo account. A demo account is much more of a practice account. So you're trying what you've learned, but on a demo account, meaning you risk nothing and you make nothing. All you're doing is now learning. So we do track your progress, say for like the first 1 to 2 months, and after that we can say, okay, listen, you can now be able to trade. Now you can invest in real money to make real profits. So the process is much more easier if you have someone to learn from as compared to learning off from YouTube. Now, all this information is on YouTube. You could learn from YouTube. But the problem is, there's way too much. There is way too much because it's free. So you need to now filter out what works for you. And that's the hardest process because you must find something. We call them trading strategies. It's like an approach that you're going to use to trade. So find something that works for you, stick to it, and make the money.
What's the disparity between the content that you try to push out, which is, by the way, has improved?
Oh, thank you so much.
It's like a 360 improvement.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
The sound is fantastic. The picture quality, man, your producers are doing a great job.
So
What's the disparity between that and the knowledge that you teach in that academy? Because somebody could just say, let me just watch your YouTube videos and I learn without taking commitment or paying for that scholarly.
Yeah. So I feel like, again, someone could learn from the YouTube videos because they're there and they're educative, but that sense of exclusivity or someone paid a fee for something makes it even much valuable. I don't know if you noticed, but free things are never valued. And that's the thing. When I was starting, I also learned from YouTube.
You say?
Free. If it's free, if it's free, then definitely. It's not valued.
No, it's
so if
not.
there is a fee attached to it, then much better. So I've also even noticed most of our students perform better when they had actually paid a fee in the first place to learn, as compared to people who just learn off from YouTube. So at the end of the day, I feel like you are the biggest asset as yourself. You can only make yourself better. So you can only do that, say, by investing in time or money or anything. But at the end of the day, try to make yourself as better as possible. Everything gets better.
All right, more talks about Forex trade when we come back. Don't move an inch, please. This is Chilling, the best of the good life.
UBC is the national public broadcaster. We educate, inform, entertain, and inspire our audiences. You can watch us on free-to-air channel 001, DSTV channel 282, GoTV channel 371, Star Times channel 201, Zuku TV channel 20, and Azam TV channel 350. Even when your subscription expires, you can still watch UBC for free on your pay TV platforms.
Welcome to the best of the good life. Today we are sitting with a young CEO of his own company called Forex Bull Academy. Now, if I grow up, I want to be just like him, yet he's younger than me. I don't really seem to make sense because he's inspiring me, and so is he to 100, 1,000 more people that are going to watch this. And today he decided to grace us and appear on Chilling. What an honor we have, because he's busy in Nairobi taking over the city. Yo, Daniel, Nairobi is such a big city for you.
It is.
You see, like how you're saying Uganda is such a small pond, but Nairobi is big, man. What is your favorite scenery around Nairobi? Like, where do you like chill from? Where do you eat lunch from?
Well, mostly enough, I'm in Westlands. It's like the business center, a lot of good
And
things.
the most
and all
posh.
That. Yeah. So would say it's like
the Mienga? Kololo, Mienga,
Some
those
sort,
two,
yeah,
make
in there.
comparisons.
Yeah,
Are they even still the biggest? Because I have a feeling Nigeria is bigger now.
Really?
Woo!
I still
Bro,
feel like
have you
Kololo.
been in Nigeria?
No.
It's boring.
Wow.
With apartments, like, come on, it's posh.
Yeah.
The cool kids are now there.
Oh, yeah, okay. Pretty interesting. So would say India, pretty much better. A lot of good stuff to do. So if you have the money, that's the best place to go to.
This one's like planned kid can never work on you, because
But I'm not
you really came from a humble
I'm
beginning.
not a planned
How is
kid.
your dad doing, by the way?
Pretty good, really. And
Buying him more cows?
yeah, cows. You got that straight. Yeah. So yeah, pretty good. And all in all, I feel like when you're getting successful, then it's now the family need to figure out on how to,
Okay.
just as that. Yeah.
In your own words,
Yeah.
what is called the psychology of trading?
So the psychology of trading deals with the money, because when you're making money, I mean, it's exciting. Now, since you're making it on phone, it's even much more exciting. You could even make $500 because it's on your phone and you're like, I made 500, I need more. But in actual sense, if you got this 500, it's like 2 million. How do you make 2 million on a phone and you want to make more? So psychology now comes in with greed. People make money and they want to make more. So they're greedy. I mean, now you're greedy and all that, so your emotions are in control. Then we also have revenge trading. We have fear. Most people want to make that quick money, but again, in the process of wanting to make that quick money, they intend to do more mistakes. So we call it psychology in trading. It's actually a whole subject with trading that each trader must actually understand.
Because what I'm asking you right now are
Yeah.
common questions that are being asked by individuals.
Oh, yeah.
Especially I found this from the people that have watched and have approached me, even older people.
Yeah.
So, so tell me one thing, Daniel. There are some forex traders that give out signals, and some of them don't tend to be so reliable.
Yeah.
What is the catch with that?
Right.
Are your signals reliable
Yeah.
in case if you're dealing with a client?
Exactly. So trading signals is much more of like, now someone is analyzing on your behalf, say when to buy or sell, and say I'm doing all the analysis before, and then I'm telling you that, listen, you can now buy or sell at this point. So much more often you must find ones that are reliable. Now, for me, I've been doing this for like 2 or 3 years now, signals and all that, and it works. So you kind of, we call it an edge, that, listen, this is when I must trade, because you want to have the biggest win rate as possible. So this is when we must trade and this is when we must not. So at the end of the day, if say you had 10 trades and you had an 80% win rate, it means you're winning up to 10 trades and you have 2 losses. So at the end of the day, with risk management, you're making money in there.
So why do some people find trading very hard?
Because they want it quickly.
They've given up.
Because they want it quickly. It's like I must convince people very well that, listen, it's not going to come in 1 month. Let me just give you a very brief example on how I started. It was the same route. When I started, I thought I would make my first million in probably the first 1 month of trading, but I was humbled. None of that happened. And at some point I felt like, should I quit? But I couldn't, because that was it, and I'd made up my mind, and trading is like, I'd made up my mind, I'm like, I'm only going to do trading, so there's no option. And most importantly, I was getting inspired from other people making it. So wanting it so quickly creates that thought of, I think if I don't make money today, then I think it doesn't work. And it's like starting a business and taking, say, your first loss. I don't know, you paid everyone and now you're in a loss, and say, now I'm going to quit. I'm not going to run this business anymore.
Because Daniel, there's always a point of failure in everything, every single business, right? But what matters is you rising up and
Again.
attempting again.
True.
Not the number of times you fall.
Exactly.
I'm gonna ask you and be honest, bro. I'm looking straight into your eyes. During that point in your life where you failed, what made you rise up again, and what gave you hope to be like, I'm gonna reach to that target?
So firstly, I had people that I looked up to, and these were traders really making it big.
In Uganda?
No, they weren't Ugandans. They were South Africans, other guys in the US.
Okay.
So I had people that I was looking up to. So I knew at least that if this has been possible for them, it's possible for me. It's just like someone who could now be watching this show right now. Listen, I've been able to make it from zero to this. So that should create a possibility of, listen, if Daniel has been able to do this, then more than enough I can. So I had that in mind, then learning from all your losses and all that. So it's like running a business with no approach or strategy. Oh, I want to make money because I have a business. But what's your plan? What's your approach? So I would sit down, draft out. I'm like, okay, say I took a loss or things aren't going well. Where's the mistake? We call that journaling in trading. You get down to write whatever mistakes and all that. It's much more technical, but you write down, well, listen, I did this. How can I be better? So like at the end of the day, it's you against you. You're trying to become as better. You are trying to become that top trader. So at the end of the day, paid off. And listen, if you hang in as much as possible, then more than enough, the consistency pays off.
There is a firm decision why we decided to do this show and around this time. Tell me what is going to happen on the 25th of this very month. That's May.
So we do have traders seminar. Now this is free, and at some point, it's free. But I feel like it's going to be the last event that we get to do. So we are trying to create
last event of the year or last event? What do you mean?
Would say of the year. So we are now trying to create as much awareness as possible. So we organize a free event. It's happening at Tobani on the 25th, and we are going to
where's
have.
Tobani?
It's along Ginger Kampala Road, opposite to say Uganda House. And we're going to have over 1,000 traders all in one building. These are people sharing the same goals, same ideas. Oh, by the way, I have a quote. I strongly believe that you are an average of the 5 closest people. Your friends and all that. And we use that in trading. So we're going to have an event where traders come in for trading, getting to meet fellow traders, and at the end of the day, creating as much awareness as possible.
Okay, somebody has just had this for the first time. How do they get more information? Let's lay it out.
So pretty easy. You could just go over on YouTube, search out for Forex Bulls Academy, or you could even go straight to the website. It's forexbullsacademy.com, and there are more details in there. And on Twitter, we do have those the details about the event coming through. Again, it's the same, Forex Bulls Academy. All the details are over there. And on the 25th, you should also come through.
I will. And it's not the first one, right? You attempted to have one.
We did have one. I think that was 2022. Had about 700 traders in the building. So this should be much better.
Okay. Until next time we meet, this has been Chilling. Thank you very much. Bye. And good evening.